Hi, everyone. If you are interested in having the outcome S.7.2.1 and S.7.2.2 assessment read to you, here we go. So we're going to start with S.7.2.1. Question 1 says, what is letter A? Is it a nucleus? Is it DNA? Is it cells? Is it amino acids or protein? Question 2 says, what is letter B? Is it nucleus? Is it amino acid or protein? Is it DNA? Or is it a cell? Question 3. What is letter C? Is it a cell? Is it DNA? Is it amino acid or protein? Or is it a nucleus? Question 4. What is letter D? Is it a cell? Is it an amino acid or protein? Is it DNA? Or is it a nucleus? Question 5. What is letter E? Is it an allele? Is it a chromosome? Is it a homologous pair? Question 6. What is letter F? Is it a chromosome? Is it a gene? Or is it a homologous pair? Question 7. What is letter G? Is it a gene? Is it a homologous pair? Or is it a chromosome? Question 8. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location 21, location 3, location 10, location 14, location XY, location 20, or location 11? Question 9. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location XY, location 11, location 10, location 20, location 21, location 3, location 14? Question 10. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location XY, location 3, location 11, location 10, location 20, location 21, or location 24? Question 11. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location XY, location 14, location 21, location 3, location 11, location 10, or location 20? Question 12. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location 3, location 20, location 11, location XY, location 14, location 21, or location 10? Question 13. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location 3, location 10, location 21, location 11, location 20, location 14, or location XY. And I believe question number 14 is our last question. Which location does this chromosome belong in? Is it location 14, location 11, location 20, location 3, location XY, location 21, or location 10? So this is the outcome S.7.2.2 assessment. So you should be moving on to the next assessment assigned. Question number 1. It says, which genetic disorder is shown in this karyotype? Is it Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome, Warkany syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Patau syndrome, or Turner syndrome? Question 2. Which genetic disorder is shown in this karyotype? Is it Warkany syndrome, Patau syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, Down syndrome, or Edwards syndrome?
Hey, Jackson.
Question 3. Which genetic disorder is shown in this karyotype? Is it Down syndrome, Warkany syndrome, Patau syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, or Edwards syndrome? Question 4. Which genetic disorder is shown in this karyotype? Is it Patau syndrome, Warkany syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, or Turner syndrome? Question 5. Which genetic disorder is shown in this karyotype? Is it Patau syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Warkany syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome, or Turner syndrome? Question 6. What type of mutation is shown in this DNA sequence? Is it insertion, substitution, or deletion? Question 7. What type of mutation is shown in this DNA sequence? Is it substitution, insertion, or deletion? Question 8. What type of mutation is shown in this DNA sequence? Is it insertion, deletion, or substitution? Question 9. This is matching. Determine the mRNA sequence for each of the DNA sequences given below. So they say TAC, GTG, TTA, GTC, TAC, GAA, and ACT. So for this first one, TAC, I would be looking in the drop-down menu for the correct answer to go along with TAC. So the correct answer would be A, U, G. Question 10. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of AUC. Is AUC serine, isoleucine, methionine, threonine, lysine, arginine, or asparagine? Question 11. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of CAC. Is CAC arginine, proline, glutamine, leucine, or histidine? Question 12. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of AAU. Is AAU arginine, threonine, asparagine, methionine, isoleucine, serine, or lysine? Question 13. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of CAG. Is CAG arginine, leucine, glutamine, proline, or histidine? Question number 14. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of AUU. Is it serine, asparagine, threonine, isoleucine, lysine, methionine, or arginine? Question 15. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of CUU. Is CUU arginine, proline, leucine, histidine, or glutamine? Question 16. Identify the amino acid for the mRNA codon of UGA. Is UGA tyrosine, serine, stop, leucine, tryptophan, or phenylalanine? Question 17, this is the last question. There is an insertion mutation to the DNA code below. The nitrogen base adenine, A, was inserted in the 6th location of the code. Look at the DNA sequence below and determine why the mutated DNA sequence is not correct, and explain what could have been done to correctly rewrite the code. That is the end of your test.